Well, there we go. Good morning, everybody. I'm gonna mess around with the audio just for a second. I'm gonna, turn the game volume down. And hopefully that'll give me some space to talk or whatever. It looks like we just did our long rest. So I guess I'm going to go around and talk to everybody again. Because that's kind of what we need to do when we wake up. Well, that was a long spin. That was not supposed to be that long. Make sure my E button is working okay here too, I guess. Funny.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
So what are we gonna get into today? We haven't gotten very far. We only just got through, the Emerald Grove stuff. So we are going to, I guess, go up that little hill, then see what's up there. I'm pretty sure we already got something in our inventory that's like a treasure map that's going to lead us up there. And then we will keep exploring further, I guess it's west.
Something the matter?
I thought about it. Since I'm a ranger, I should have that nature thing that she's wearing. And I'm going to take it right now. So Whispering Promise she's going to equip. And we're going to give this to Ciri. Ciri's holding around this cap. For whenever Gale is ready for it. That or the Rain Dancer's staff. I don't know. Anyways. Oops. Wrong thing. Let's leave camp because we'll be right outside that cave. And as far as I got a message from somebody. I don't think it was for me. As far as CRPS is going, I have had very, very, very little sleep last night. You see, I cannot multitask whatsoever. My whole body feels crazy. My heart was thumping and thumping yesterday. My stomach is not doing well. And I'm just not in a good way today. And remember, I told you guys yesterday, I have no hope for future. I have none at all. So, I don't know. My dreams are weird. My body tingles. I'm experiencing symptoms in my left side, which is extremely disheartening because I've been relying on my left side for my balance and my mobility and stuff like that. What else? Just a myriad of things going on, but as far as, what I'm feeling goes, there's actual significant pain in my right foot now, in that second toe constantly. In the bottom of my foot when I put weight on it, in the top of my foot when I put weight on it, in my ankle, down towards my heel. At any given time, there's actual literal pain, and it feels like ice or like broken glass or something across the surface. It just feels incredibly bad to even move, and then the twitching has gotten to a very high point where like it's fluttering on like the outside of my right foot, like the last three toes, but more towards like the ball of my foot, and it's just like these quick spasms, almost like butterfly flutters or something going on, and it is obviously not the most comfortable thing when I don't want to move it in the first place. I personally do not move my foot, like the muscles in my foot, at all. I've got a set of muscles that I can use in my ankle. Not the up and down one, but the side to side one. I can use that a little bit, especially going this way for walking, because I walk on the outside of my right foot. I do not put any sort of pressure on those first two toes at all. I can't. Like, it hurts. Even when I was taking a bunch of pain medication, it still hurt. So now that there's no pain medication, I am not having a great time with walking. Both of my kids got themselves to school today, and that was mainly because I was in a fog after having been awake since 3 o'clock in the morning. I fell back asleep about 6, about the time that they are scheduled to like wake up and start taking showers, and I saw my son out the door like right before he left. He's in 5th grade and he does a great job. He really does. Good thing is he can walk to school because it's only a like block and a half there. And my daughter walks to school. Well, she's gonna have to start walking to school. She always walks home from school though. So today they have dentist appointments, and I'm going to pick her up from school because she gets out later than my son. He'll already be home by that point, and we will go and pick her up and skedaddle over there. And that'll probably be the last time I drive until after this is over in November, because it is excruciating. It was excruciating Sunday morning when I picked them up from their father. Probably run me right into a migraine too. I'm already anticipating it, quite honestly. So that was one of the reasons I decided not to drive her into school like I normally do. I said I've only got so much of a budget for this thing right now, and like on a daily basis, and I can't be having a migraine before or during the dentist appointments themselves. So the House of Hope. So again, November 3rd just seems like an ending point to me, and not in a good way. It seems to me like I've already passed a point of no return, and that there's literally not going to be any coming back from this for whatever reason. Like, I don't have any hope, and I don't see a future after this. I don't know why. Like, I want to be hopeful and I want to have plans for the future, but like, before I got word that I was going to be having scrambler therapy starting November 3rd, I didn't really have hope for the future, but at least I had a future. And now I've come to the realization that I don't even see a future for myself after November 3rd. I'm not like psychologically allowing myself to see it either way, like one way or the other. Like, will it work? And will I be able to do some physical therapy and then, like, maybe go back to work, maybe concentrate on things, maybe, go back to doing physical activities that I was really, really used to doing? Or is it not going to work and I'm going to despair even further and have to mourn these things all over again? I am not psychologically prepared for mourning these things all over again, so I am stuck in a psychological limbo of not even thinking about the future after November 3rd. And that's a weird place to be because I don't know how to plan for Thanksgiving and I don't know how to plan for Christmas at this point. I did know how to plan for Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas, and then the coming year and coping with this possibly getting worse and worse little by little over time. Coping with going through pain management doctors and finding the one that's right for me, and coping with what I think is gastroparesis, where I'm waking up at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, totally nauseated, and just everything comes up, and it's my dinner that was there at like 6 o'clock the night prior. Like it shouldn't still be undigested whatsoever. So that's pretty gross. That's pretty graphic. That's probably enough for YouTube right there. But that's just part of the deal, and that's what they need to see, especially with workman's comp cases, is that this disease is not just like this condition, CRPS, is not just I don't know, the months that you are on workman's comp, that you are being compensated, that they like haven't fired you yet because they know that you're not coming back. It's not just, not being able to walk, I guess. And they don't even call it a total limb loss. Like, I think I've got like 3% limb loss, according to them. But they know that it has spread over my entire right side and was spreading to my left. They knew that I was having high blood pressure and migraines. They knew that I was having balance issues. Those are all neurological type things. And it's supposed to be full body disability in the first place because of all of the psychological issues that come along with this. Because it is the feeling of being skinned alive or numb or burning at the stake like a witch, in olden times, like literally being held to a flame. It's the psychological effects of those things, or like the spasms, or the list goes on. The stinging sensations that happen at any time, where I just flip my sock and shoe off all of a sudden, like there's a bee in my shoe. I know there is. That's what it feels like. No, nothing at all.
Are you not entertained?
Anyways, it's supposed to be full body disability in the first place, and they don't see it that way in workman's comp. They see it as like, oh, we'll just compensate you for what pay rate tier you were, and for, I guess it's like the time. Okay, so the time that you were being compensated by, I guess it's Social Security, but it's like workman's comp. I don't know. I was compensated by two different, and one of them was what is it when you can't work? Anyways, yeah, drawing a blank. This is what it does to you, is it doesn't let you concentrate on anything. So
Come now. Why play hard to get when you're in deep
oh,
over your
Raphael.
tadpoled head? One skull, two.
So, anyways, what I'm getting at is that it is not just the what happened, what workman's comp wants it to be. It is the rest of your life, whether they want to acknowledge it or not. And it is the spreading that's going to happen over the rest of your life, and that's not tort case stuff. That's not like, oh, my losses throughout the rest of my life. No, this is the nature of the condition. This is what it does, is spread, is get worse, is take your quality of life, is take your mind as well and make you want to do bad stuff to yourself. Because it's not your body anymore. You're trapped, quite literally, in a body that is not yours anymore for the rest of your life, unless something like scrambler therapy absolutely helps it. And that's where I will not let myself gain any hope whatsoever, because mourning this is a psychological leap and bound in itself that I have already done once. And if you haven't had to do that, like be told that you're terminal, basically, then try imagining that. Just try imagining that for yourself right now. Being told that you're terminal and that you will eventually lose your life because of the condition that you have gained for no fault of your own. And now, psychologically handle them telling you that you're only going to be compensated $40,000. $40,000 for the rest of your life. You won't be able to work anymore. It's just going to get worse and worse. Your heart's going to get worse and worse. Your breathing's going to get worse and worse. Sedentary lifestyle is going to take its toll. Even if it's hand CRPS. That's how it goes. Imagine being told that the rest of your life is only worth $40,000 because they already paid you so much and you were only worth this much in the beginning. They've already paid you into your settlement, paid into it or whatever. So this is all you have left to get settled by. That's what they're going to tell. That's what they told me. That's what they tell people all the time, apparently. So think about, if you're watching this on YouTube or on Twitch right now, think about all those homeless people out there and why they're homeless and why they drink. Think about that. Why people do drugs that are just like on the street or over-the-counter stuff. Why people do not use things at their recommended levels is for conditions like mine that are chronic pain. This goes for veterans too. A lot of them have chronic pain from stuff like Agent Orange. I've seen this happen. Anyways, and if you don't want to do street stuff to make yourself feel better, if you want to indulge in something that is actually legal, that's your option, is alcohol. So it's no wonder to me that there's so many homeless people, one, so many homeless people that have chronic pain, two, and third, so many people, homeless people with chronic pain that are alcoholics. Because what can you afford in these cases? Some days it is between your medication and your food, just like it is on Medicaid or Medicare right now for elderly people or for people with chronic disabilities like children with cerebral palsy and stuff like this. Their parents have to choose between feeding the family and paying the medical bills. And the medical bills, when you're homeless and cannot get a hold of prescription pain medications that would help you very, very much, and your only option is alcohol because of your convictions or your ethics or your morals or whatever, then yes, that is your medication. That is what it becomes. And you become self-medicated. And you know that it helps. And that's like the only state of being that you can be in that makes it better. then yes, I totally understand why people become alcoholics. This is the craziest disease and it is expensive. And there's probably more people out there than we understand that have it. I've seen people with undiagnosed neuropathy that, self medicate on things that they probably shouldn't be self medicating on, that are probably having an effect, but moment to moment, that is exacerbating their symptoms and making it worse, and making like the tingling feeling in your hands and feet and stuff like that even worse. Stuff like alcohol can do that to you. Stuff that is over the counter can do that to you. Stuff that is readily available on the streets can do that to you, make it feel worse at the same time that it's making your condition feel better. So anybody that's out there in the healthcare system, or anybody out there that has access to the healthcare system, or somebody that will remain unnamed, that I am very close to genetically, lobbies in the White House for things that are related to medical, because he's been in the medical field for a very long time. And I am reaching out, shouting out, and saying, please, people who are in those positions, say something about this condition, chronic regional pain syndrome, because there's not enough awareness. And there's not enough awareness, not just in the medical community, but in the patient community as well. A lot of people could be suffering from this and not even know that this is what is going on, and that there is something that can help them. This scrambler therapy thing has been a lifesaver for me, just knowing that other people are getting help from it. Just knowing that. Otherwise, there is nothing but managed symptoms for the rest of your life. I don't know of anything else that actually puts people in remission. K infusions. But I mean, like, again, your convictions, your morals, your ethics might be keeping you from doing that. So, like, what's the only other option? The spinal cord stimulator? That's what they offered me through Workman's Comp. And the spinal cord stimulator, if you look into it, which doctors' offices who offer it are not going to tell you about the recalls on this thing, and they're not going to tell you that at some point you're gonna want it out for this, that, or the other reason, and you might not be able to get it out. I read a story just yesterday on one of the Facebook groups about lady wanted it out because she thought that it had worked successfully as a treatment, that she did not have any nerve pain anymore, and got it out. And immediately when she woke up from the surgery, she wanted it back in because it was burning, flare up pain. And I'm just like, why would you want to be stuck with that for the rest of your life? I don't know. It's horrible for people like with like diabetes and any other, condition where you have to have like something internally and externally. You can't swim, you can't fly in an airplane, you can't have an MRI, stuff like that. Anyways, hope such a tease. Yep. I honestly think that Ciri herself would have fought this guy. Just because, like, in the Witcher series, she's always fighting monsters or whatever. But I'm not going that deep into the roleplay. I know when that would turn out badly. Because I've played this through quite a few times. Okay, so here we are back. Come on, come on, you can do it, you can do it. That was a large interruption, wasn't it? Oh, we got the big spin again. Sorry about the big spin. I don't know what's up with that. The skeleton is gonna have something for Astarion to put on.
Necklace matches the sigil in that cave.
The necklace matches the sigil in the cave. The Harpers. Bum bum bum. Alright, Ciri. So again, I think the point of what I was saying was the workman's comp is crap, and they will try to screw you over. They don't want you to have chronic regional pain syndrome. They know that this is a lifelong thing. That's why they don't want you to have it. They will do everything in their power to keep you from having the actual diagnosis so that they can refuse to give you what you actually need for your actual condition. And that's why I haven't settled yet. Because they will give me what I need for my actual condition, or nobody will have anything. And of course, a judge might say differently. But that's for them to say, not me, not my lawyer, and not the other side. Okay. Pouch open. Got a spider egg sac that we can throw into combat, oddly enough. Got an elixir of dark vision that can go to Shadowheart. What else is around here? Oil barrel. Tongs. We go up here and we find a heavy chest. What'd you call me? And then we can go back down when we can and get this one. Come on. Should have just gone up by myself. And I believe that's everything up here. I'm going to put this fire out because Smokey Bear said so. Damn, Harper's leaving their fire going next to their skeleton. Still going all this time later. Yeah, that could have burned the forest down. We gotta put that shit out. Craghead Rock. Let's come down our Craghead Rock. So when we look down here, we see where we dug up that treasure chest and all the crash site down here. There's the door to the Emerald Grove. And we are right here. Come on down. What do you mean the target's too far? Come on. We emptied the backpack. We're gonna get this mugwort. We're gonna come over here and talk to these people because we haven't done that yet.
People up ahead. Something's wrong.
Right now I'm sitting cross-legged with my right foot underneath of my left, which is odd for me. I would normally sit the other way since I'm right-led, and
You're a true soul. You can't die. Please, stay with us.
I don't think he's conscious. Can you hear us, Ed?
it's just tingly and buzzy or whatever. My ear has done that thing a couple of times today where it gets cold. And my left foot is actually doing that thing where it tingles right in the middle when I step down on it, so that's great. So we only got a roll of 2, but you know, sometimes rolls are horrible.
I'm so sorry. It's our brother, True Soul Edwin. He's injured and
Oh, Edwin.
I wasn't thinking.
Something stirs deep within you, hungry and alert. It's taking something you'll never get back. The injured man locks eyes with you. The parasite writhes in your head. Your minds intertwine. You see his siblings.
Oh yeah, and I got my quilt down here with me too, because it's cold down here in the basement. I would love to turn my setup 90 degrees again, like how it was when I first started this, and get my fireplace going again, so that we can do like cottage core, cozy gaming type stuff, like how I was doing.
Edwin, our brother, he was chosen, like you.
Do you have orders for us? We were reporting to Edwin.
Okay, so you're mistaken. I'm no True Soul is not the one that we want. True Soul is going to give us some information. Explain this absolute to me is going to give us like the same information. Perhaps you can help me. I'm looking for the Druid Halsin is not the one that we want to take. Why are you out here? The wilderness is dangerous. What happened to your brother exactly? This one, she's going to say that she's hunting for people from the crash site, which is us, and that's not what we wanted to say to her. And then what happened to your brother exactly is the one that we want, because it's going to introduce us to owlbear stuff, a wool bear, an angry one.
We managed to drag him away, but the beast's claws had already done their work. I told Edwin not to look in that cave. It was filthy with owlbear tracks.
The look on his face. Okay, so same ones. True Soul. Explain this absolute to me. Perhaps you can help me. I'm looking for the Druid Halsin. These fugitives. Tell me more. I'm a survivor of this crash. Looks like you found me. That's a fight. You need to find the beast and avenge your brother. Forget the owlbear. You're still alive, so go. We're gonna tell him to avenge his brother.
What?
Astari and Lae'zel both approve of this.
You're right, madam. The beast must be.
The cave is just
But they're gonna wait in front of the cave for us and then join us in the fight against the owlbears.
We may stand a chance.
There they go. So there. Yep, they spoke of the absolute, same as that goblin.
Ignore it. Deny it. This is nothing but a disease, and every use will sicken us.
Lae'zel.
Nonsense. Any power freely given is a power well received, and this is a
And Astari, and they have differing views on this. It's only valuable if we understand it, and we don't, not yet at least. That's pretty much what Will would say too. Such powers of manipulation could be useful, and if it makes our enemies more malleable, all the better. If this power comes from these parasites, it can't be trusted, however useful it might be. These are strange times and even stranger powers. We should seek to understand them before we make any rash decisions. I feel neutral on this as well. I think that Ciri would too. Sensible, huh? Strange power resonates within the courts, then it calls to you. Yay.
Your limbs move of their own accord. Why let its host's memories go to waste? The tadpole has absorbed it all. Its experience could nourish you, strengthen you.
Resist it, force your mind shut, or welcome the influence. This is the only one that doesn't have, like, a check. So this is what I'm gonna do because I know what happens. They say that people with anxiety tend to watch, like, their favorite shows over and over, stuff like that. Because it's comforting to them, they know what's gonna happen. There's no, like, guessing about it. And I totally get it. So, Edwin empty. Let's come get the things on our way to this boar. They're bantering.
Killing is good. It culls the weak. But theft would be paid for painfully, 1,000 times over.
Good to know.
She's trying to use that position against her, is what it is.
Strange. It looks healthy, but it's stone dead.
Okay.
It's dead.
Who cares about the pig? But it's bloodless meat. Astarion. What's going on here?
Staring at it won't bring it back. Come on. We'll never fix these brain worms if we stop and gawk at every piece of carrion we find.
Nope. I'm investigating. We're not moving on that easily, dude.
The boar seems to be fresh, only a few hours dead. Examining the corpse, you see 2 small puncture wounds in its neck.
And is it dead enough for you?
Oh, nice. Look at that.
It's been drained of blood with wounds in its neck. It's been killed by a vampire.
Which vampire might
I
that be?
guess I didn't want to worry you. They are ferocious creatures. But don't worry. I'll keep watch tonight.
You'll keep watch tonight, huh? I got an idea, you guys. Because I haven't seen this cutscene in forever. Well, let's come down here. Over the river and through the woods. To grandmother's house we go. Quite seriously. Okay, dead adventurers. We speak to Eridan again.
Thought you was busy with the foul bloods in Elson's Grove.
Wow. I have somewhere else to be. I left as quickly as I could. I don't waste my time with devil spawn. I thought you were busy leading your crew. Knock it off with the racist nonsense.
Whatever you say. Don't matter anymore. Tieflings. Goblins. Gods, this contract was cut us from the first.
It's really choppy and I don't like that because I literally was late on here to, later than 9 o'clock because I was downloading a new graphics driver from NVIDIA.
The kind that leaves half your crew dead. There's a wizard in Baldur's Gate that'll pay gobloads for a relic, supposedly buried round these parts. But gold ain't any use if you're too cold to spend it.
Is a gobload related to a goblin?
Have at it.
Yeah, we want a quest. We like Witcher stuff.
Supposed to be hidden under the temple with a goblin.
Night Song sounds like fun, right?
Wish you a happy funeral. All I've got's the contract.
Yeah, well, let's
As soon as
ask
he
him
heard
about
we were
Halsman
desperate to
real
find
quick.
that Night Song relic, he was more eager than a hound in heat. When the goblins jumped us, most of my crew scarpered, just like I taught them to. The old codger didn't.
You just left him?
Yeah, and I'd do the same again. He
Oh,
weren't
I
my
see.
responsibility. If you want to play the hero, go ask the goblins nicely, and maybe they'll give you whatever's left of him. Come on.
There's quite a lot left of him, as a matter of fact. And then they are off. Goodbye, guys. And as soon as they're out of sight, these are not red anymore. And we can have their stuff. This is where they were attacked by the goblins. And they lost, what, 3 of their crew? Okay, there's a dead tiefling up ahead as well. And it looks like his backpack. Ah, looks like an ambush. Imagine that. Well, guess what, guys? They're gonna recognize me, and it's gonna be great.
Get over there! Surround them like! You've spotted us. Good. It's like they say. No fun in skewing a pig what doesn't know he's cooked. And I didn't want to be stuck mopping up nosy trespassers like you. Ain't no one getting their way today.
The mark glows, but you feel nothing.
Yeah, I thought she was gonna recognize me
Your
as a
electric
drow.
power is
Interesting
beyond
enough.
reach until you rest.
Oh no! Well, Ciri, get us out of trouble. Good job.
Hold up, lads. This one might be more we bargained for. Go on then. Just keep your nose clean.
Well, at least that's some experience. Let's grab this real quick. And then we can come around and get us another couple of items. We do not want to speak to these guys yet. They're out of our league. However, we will take some stuff and come down here and explore the woods a little bit. See what I mean by over the river and through the woods?
So, you and Lindsay.
Sunlit wetlands, huh? We all had a survival fail thing.
Guard up with her.
So what I'm going to do is manually tell her to dig right here. There it is. Wooden chest with good stuff. Berry bushes with more berries. These are 1 camp supply. However, when camp supplies are in short order because we're in tactical mode, we kind of want to find all the camp supplies that we can. Oh, come on. Stop being choppy. Stop it.
You fight well, but you're so
What banter.
efficient.
Why not have a little fun? Because fighting isn't supposed to be fun? I don't know.
What a waste.
Drop the act.
I thought there was like a beehive or something right around here somewhere where we can find some honey up in the tree. We're going back to the other entrance. God damn it, it's so choppy. Oh, there it is. Oh, look, there's some. Get the honey. Okay, sorry for all of the clicking. We'll get it together, don't worry. And this is right back up where we were before. When we came over the river and found our dead adventurers, dead goblins, dead tiefling. So now we'll come back down here. And right in front of this tree right here, there should be a secret. Ah, good. Good for her. Nice. Perception. Open. Open sesame. Don't ask me why I send him to camp. And then, yep, right there. Good job. What do you mean can't get there? Oh. Hi. Cheap followers on straight. What? Well. Looks like I've been spammed in the chat. I wonder where Lion's been. Lion hasn't been coming in and saying hi recently. Not that anybody does, but you know.
The city is a veritable
Oh, we got banter about the sweetheart thing, huh?
You must be eager to get back then.
Isn't that what we were asking her about and she didn't want to talk about it? Oh, hi, Lion. I was literally just saying Lion didn't show up yesterday. How are you doing?
She went to see you. We know she did.
You know absolutely nothing, yet he just...
Drop. She act.
Lads, for the love of
Me,
God,
I am
I've
tired.
got
I
eyes on your
only got like 3
sister.
hours of sleep last night.
Drop the act, hag.
My
You
nerves
go
are
back
just
to
on
see
fire,
Marina.
so
Just let her go.
playing a lot of Clank, stuff like that.
You
I've got
please, I
like
don't know
20
what
videos of
just
Clank
want
and
to
Stardew Valley and like
The old woman's face
10 of
creases
these on
as she
YouTube
says,
now.
You realize she's lying about seeing this girl, Marina.
Stop this. We won't ask again.
Yeah, I'm starting to get like views on YouTube or whatever, but you know, 50 subscribers and then I can the intro and outro, yeah, the start streaming and stuff like that. I haven't really been able to figure out the stuff that you sent me quite yet, but that's because I'm a slow moving vehicle. Okay, so we passed the perception test, so let's just go ahead and call her out.
You were supposed to rush to my defense, love. Fat lot of good
Fat
you
lot
are.
of good.
Some advice? You ever darken my door, you'd best have that head bowed and an apology at the ready. Bye-bye now.
Bloody hells. She just disappeared. Ain't seen nothing like that before.
She could shoot fireworks out of her backside for all I care. The hag has Rena.
I'm glad we saved these two, Marina's brothers.
It's our sister, Marina. She's
Starting sooner, ending soon is used for
in a
Twitch
bad
while
way after
intros
her
and
husband
outros.
died.
Oh, I see.
Like how she was gonna bring him back.
Next thing she's
I'm gonna have to look into that.
stupid things to do.
Because I know what you're talking about with like the
From dealing with a hag.
add clip and like put an intro and put an outro and all of that stuff. Yeah, sure. Show me example. Well, I know what you're talking about. I've seen it on other YouTube videos.
I don't remember bloody asking you.
Joel, let her talk. What would you suggest?
Have a quest. That's what I suggest as Siri.
But, Joel, not a chance. We're getting her back on our own.
Fine. Be that way. I'll talk to my companions about all of that.
Now there's a bloody devil trailing after us. Well, this gets better and better. Shop around, he said. He seems sure we'll find it.
Yeah, please show me some examples
We've had no luck so far.
of what you're talking about, though, even if that's on Discord.
Maybe. But all that take your time, I'll wait nonsense. He's playing with us. He reminds me of, well, someone I used to know. Someone I like to play with people. Creatures like them don't play games unless they know they can win. Maybe. But he's not the only one.
Yay, approval rating.
This is no ordinary mind flayer parasite. Who tampered with it and why? What do they have planned for us? And why are we important enough that a devil comes knocking on our door?
Oh god, I'm gonna go to sleep after this. I am so sleepy right now.
We might have a chance.
It was raining here yesterday, so the barometric pressure was crazy, and that always messes with my nerves pretty badly. And I was up from like 3:30 in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning until about 6 o'clock in the morning, and finally was able to fall back asleep, and then woke up probably about 7:15 or so, and was like, I hate life. I'm sorry, guys, to my kids, and went and took a hot soak. Like, I think that is going. I was pretty sure that was going to be the extent of my life at this point for about a month or so, leading up into scrambler therapy. Share some examples. Have a look on Discord, absolutely. And today was definitely one of those days because of the lack of sleep and the crazy barometric pressure from the storms. That I was like, I'm not even gonna get on there. I'm just gonna like try to sleep or wear myself out reading or something like that. And I said, no, no, no. This is why I'm chronicling and documenting what it actually goes on with this stupid condition, because it comes and goes, and you have good days and bad days and all of that stuff. So, Ranger nature. Ranger Rick. What the heck? Siri, stop. You made my ear go cold. Stop it, Siri. Ah. That's better. Not that it matters. It's the same stuff. Yeah, I will look on Discord. I'm only going to be on here for like 2 more minutes anyways. Looky there. Auto save successful. Okay, so We haven't really battled anything. We've just been exploring. I don't know if I want to go further in this swamp or not. We could always go back to that little town and explore there, because here there are traps and they will lead to bleeding. So, we don't have Karlak yet. She would be the best for, like, perceiving these things. Oop, perception failed. There it is. Ooh, we have found 2 of them. Let's come back this way.
Ugh, I hate swamps. The place reeks. Probably full of bloodsuckers as
10
well.
o'clock, huh? That means it's time for me to take my heart medicine. Whoa, whoa, we got the long spin again.
Whoever did this wanted them to suffer. We need to be careful.
The brothers. What did she say? Oh, I guess they didn't find their sister. Oh, we saw their dead bodies over there. Suspension of Bullywug Trumpet. Okay, Joel and Demir. Poor guys. I wonder who could have killed them. Where's Joel? Okay, so we got our waypoint. And before we do this long rest, I'd like to talk to this guy up here. But for right now, I think I'm done for today. We got an hour in. Why don't you put your cam screen? I don't know. Because I'm not technologically savvy. That's why. Because I'm going to figure this stuff out little by little. And I am doing like little tutorials and stuff in order to figure out. But, for right now, I'm done. And I will see you over on Discord line. Alright, bye everybody. Leah, Laughing Tria, adios.